Hey there people, what's going on? Ryan White for High Point Music's online video tutorials, and today we've got a pretty cool guitar bass track we're going to have a look at. We're going to look at Smooth by the legendary Carlos Santana featuring Rob Thomas. Now this is a very cool tune because of the feel of the tune and the minor harmony that it's based on. So apart from the opening lick, which we're going to cover with some cool ideas in there people, we're also going to get a really good look at Latin based harmony and rhythms with this one. So as always, let's drop this intro and get straight into today's lesson. Okay, so where we're going to start today is where every young guitarist at some point in their time has wanted to learn a really cool, famous lead guitar part, and this tune really delivers with that one as well. So let's jump in and start looking at this first part here that we are going to break down today. So 3, 4. Okay, so we're starting with a hammer-on from the 7th to the 9th fret on the G string, like that. That's our first bit, and then our first finger slides to the 8th fret on the B string there, so like that people, and then our second finger comes back to the 9th fret on the G. So those steps, hammer on, 8th fret, back to the 9th, hammer on, 8th fret on the B, back to the 9th, like that. Alright, once more. And the last step, we go back to our note on the B string on the 8th fret, and we're sliding into the 10th fret there, so. And again, really slowly, hammer on from the 7th to the 9th. Okay, last one people. Alright, next bit we're going to start breaking down people. So what we're doing here people is we're sliding in from the 9th fret, which is the G sharp, like that, to the 12th, and we're bending up and down again. Okay. So after that little bit we go 10th, 12th, 13th, back to the 10th there. So once more. Cool, let's put that together, so. And again, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, cool people. The second part of this lick we're going to put together is we're sliding from the 7th fret on the G string, which is the D, into the E, like that. And don't be afraid with this one to put a little bit of work on the note, so a bit of vibrato and very slight bending. So. And then our second finger is coming to the 8th fret on the B string there, so. Okay, so. And then we come back to our first finger on the 7th fret on the G, which is the D note, so. And then we're hitting our 3rd or our 4th finger, depending on what you're most comfortable with there. So practice that bit. So once more people, sliding into the 9th fret. And then the last bit we've got there. So that's 10th, 9th, 7th, to the 6th fret, back to the 7th. So I'll go through that again. 10, 9, 7, 6, 7, 9, 7, 10, 9, 7, 6, 7, 9, 7. So put together with the third part. And then we go. Again. Alright people, one more time all together, so 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. So that is the opening lick there, people. If you're not used to lead guitar playing, take your time, get to know those steps, pay close attention to the fingers I'm outlining there with that one, and you'll be playing through that one no time at all. All right, here we go, people. So we're going to start breaking down the harmony of this one now. So starting off the voicings we are going to go through today, people, is we're going to do it in open position, particularly because a lot of people are going to be doing this one either solo or the loop pedal. So we'll break it down here. We're using an A minor voicing in the open position, then we're going to an F major 7 there, and we're going to use a little E major voicing there. So the next lot of voicings we're going to look at, people, in today's tune: D minor over C, B half diminished, and then back to an E, of course. So using those voicings, I'll step you through it, fill you in with how to play them as we do each section. So let's start breaking it down. In the verse progression then, people, we have an A minor like this. So really standard Latin rhythm here, so it's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So you might be strumming this one along at home and singing, but that is the key accents in the verse part. So you're going 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1. Okay, but as long as you know where those accents fall, you can play around with your strumming to fill out the sound if you're playing solo. So people, running through these voicings really quickly, we've got A minor, which is our first finger on the first fret on the B string, second finger on the second fret on the D string, third finger on the second fret on the G string. Just targeting that there. The F major 7 is our third finger on the D string there, on the third fret. Second finger on the second fret on the G string, and then our first finger on the first fret on the B string, like that. Bottom 4 we're targeting for that voicing there, people. And then that real tiny or cute little E major voicing I was using there. It's just second finger on the second fret on the D string, first finger on the first fret on the G string there, on the G sharp, and we can do that. You can also substitute that one with your E major if you wanted to. Alright, so with the verse progression, people, we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we're dropping into a D minor. So 1 and 2, and D over C, and B half diminished, 3 and 4, and E. 2, 3, 4. Let's break down that really cool chord run there. So D minor, first finger on the first fret on the E string, third finger on the third fret on the B, and our second finger is on the second fret on the G. Bottom 4 strings we're targeting there. So 1 and 2, and we can strum that if we want. So 1 and 2, and then our fourth finger is coming up to hit the C, which makes it a D minor over C in the bass. So we've got that bass line just stepping down a tone from the D string here to the C there. So it goes 1, and then we're stepping over the D to hit the upper structure of the chord there. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and so that's how we're doing that, just putting our fourth finger onto the third fret on the A string there. Then moving into our next voicing, people, which is a B half diminished. So that starts with our first finger on the second fret on the A string. Third finger then goes up the tritone there on the third fret on the D. Our second finger then comes in on the second fret on the G string. And then our fourth finger is on the third fret on the B string. So that's the voicing we've got there. And with this one, we're just going to be targeting those middle 4 strings, unless you want to add a bit of dissonance with the 11th there, with the open E string. And the rhythm for this one, people, we go 1, so 1, 2, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got a whole bar on the B half diminished, and then 2 bars on the E major. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4. So putting that whole verse progression together now for you people. So 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4, and stepping down 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and so just repeating that second time through this F major to E major here, D minor over C, B half diminish, E major here. Cool, the next two progressions are very, very similar. We've got the pre-chorus progression and the chorus. The only thing that's really changing is how we finish those off. So let's go through those there. So effectively what we're doing is we've got A minor to F to E, and we do that 3 times, and then we go D minor, D over C, B half diminished, so that's the pre-chorus there. So it's effectively all we're doing is we're adding an extra run through the A minor to the F major 7 to the E major there before we run into the D minor over C, B half diminished, and then once you get through that one, we step into the chorus progression where we're going A minor, F, E again, A minor, F, E, and what we do different here as opposed to stepping down through the D minor, we just go. So at that point we're just doing some very, very rhythmic hits on the D minor, so, and going straight to the E7 there. So effectively we're getting the same result by going D minor to E. We just don't have that step down with the notes, with the bass, and we're incorporating the B half diminished and avoiding that minor 2-5-1 to go from B half to E, which is effectively E7, back into A minor. So as far as the rhythm section goes, that's everything you're going to need with this one. Take your time, particularly if those chords where you're stepping down from the D minor to the D minor over C, B half diminished, E in the bass. It's a really, really cool minor chord movement, so get that one under your fingers. It's a cool little movement to have in your toolbox as a guitarist to be able to whip out, particularly if you see very similar changes in other tunes, if you might be a gigging musician or a cover artist looking to have some different ideas and variations with your harmony to give your set a little bit more depth and flavor there. So there we have it, people. That's everything you're going to need to play the guitar intro and all the rhythmic parts for Carlos Santana's Smooth featuring Rob Thomas. If you appreciate the value of this content, smash those like, subscribe, and share buttons, people. If there's anything you want to see coming up on the channel, so we're posting 6 videos per week at the moment, so we'd love to hear what you guys want to learn and what you want to work on with your guitar playing. Drop a comment if you're watching this on the website or underneath in the comment section on YouTube. We can get the conversation rolling there. If you'd like to get my help personally with any challenges you are facing on the instrument, the quickest and best way to do that is to book a tailored 8-week video program. So what we do in that scenario is we work together in a one-on-one capacity. I'll assess your challenges and then come up with a tailored 8-week video course for you to follow. We work together one-on-one through that period and get you from where you are to where you want to be in the shortest possible time. But make sure you book in, as there is a waiting list to get in and work with me in that capacity. Practice it up, people. I hope this video has been very, very useful for you all and you get a lot out of it. Have a lot of fun adding these ideas into your guitar playing. I'll catch you all in the next one.